What's up? What's up? It's Water. Don't worry. Thank you for all of the comments and feedback on the last tutorial vid. We had no idea that was going to be such a hit, so apparently we're doing tutorial videos from now on. Um, Today, I'm going to be talking about our mastering chain and mastering in general. And later this week, Josh is going to be back to talk about Spotify and promo and distribution and label contacts and all of that. But for today, what we just heard was Sex, Money, Drugs. That's a demo we just finished, and we've been playing it out, and it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to use that as an example for our mastering chain. And I've got it open down here. And so I'll just start from the beginning here. So this is Lufticus. This is the first in like a string of plugins, but this is a mastering EQ. I like it because of the knobs. They're notched by whole numbers, so really easy to make like broad strokes in your EQ settings here. If you're going to use this, make sure your mastering toggle and your keep gain is turned on, and also take advantage of this high boost. Like we have it set to 4 at 40K, and it adds some really nice sparkle into the master. The next one here is the Waves L3 LL Ultra limiter. I really like this because, again, it's super loud. The presets are a good place to start. I really like this high-res CD master. I start there, I turn the dither off, and then I dial in the threshold here according to my mix. The next one in line here, this is the Parallel Punch Master. This is basically a parallel compressor, and you can find this in the DJ Tools section in the audio effects. It's built into Ableton. So my take on compression in the mastering chain is to have more compressors doing less work. And I find that that is a better way to get the loudness without the distortion that I'm looking for. And so I use that alongside the Ozone 9. This is basically like a dynamic EQ dynamic compressor. And the presets here are amazing as well. If you have a chance to check this out, definitely do. I tend to go for the electronic clarity preset, and then I'll come down here and I will modify the EQ and the maximizer settings. And then to go along with this, hand in hand, is the Ozone 9 stereo imager. And I talked yesterday or last day about how important the stereo imager is in your mix, but also in your master. So I have this set to the spacious high-end preset. I'll come down here and I will modify my bandwidth settings to get the flavor I want. And then over here, this is just a note. If you're going to use this one, the signal tends to come out really hot. So I've got my output set to -1 dB here, and I would recommend that you be mindful of that if you're going to use that same plugin. This is the end of the line here, and these are two sort of utilities. So the Spectrum here, this is built into Ableton. You can find this at the bottom of the audio effects panel, just right here. And the reason I have this here, so when I pull in a reference track into the bottom right here, and I set my output there to external out, I can A/B my master with the reference track and my mix. And then here in the Spectrum, I can see whether my frequency bands are matching the reference track or not. And it's just a tool to see if you're on the right track. And the very last one here is a mono toggle. Very important to check your master in mono. If it sounds good in mono, it's going to sound good in stereo. And just on that same note, if your mix sounds like shit, it's going to sound more shit once you're done mastering with it. Mastering will expose any and all problems in your mix. So get your mix right before you try to slam it through a limiter, basically. Okay, that's kind of it for me. That's our mastering chain. It's constantly evolving, so I might make another video when the next time it changes a lot. But otherwise, that's kind of our go-to right now, all the time. The next time you hear from us will be Josh back here talking about Spotify and promo and distribution. But for right now, that is all from me. Bye.